fast. I think they already having the meeting. Man, they not playing. So I'm going on and do it from right here. It's your host, the one on the Stock Sniper. What we need, man, we need for Ukraine to agree, as long as it makes sense to them, as long as it makes sense to Ukraine. You know, basically it seems like all they really want is guarantees that they ain't gonna try to do nothing else. You know, it's Trump, it's the European leaders. You know, it's a lot of people that's coming to the table trying to get this done. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people so they can get back to business as usual. That's what's going on. Man, the world is about business, not about war. Putin got to get with the program. He got to understand that you can't make no money doing war. No, you can't. On a real live stage, you can't. The goal is to make friends and build good relationships. You know, peace through strength. That's what it's called. I'm strong, but at the same time, I'm friendly. If that makes sense. You know, you can't take everybody's kindness for weakness. Just because I'm kind, don't get it twisted. I'm still strong. That's basically what it's all about. You know, but Putin, he want to try to bogart. He want to try to take over. But what he failed to realize is that he's cutting the progress of his country by want to fight. You know what I'm saying? Don't want to hold up to the principles of the contract as far as a cease war. He don't want to hold up to the principles of the contract of that cease war. So that's why everybody got to tag team together. Basically, that's what it is, and be like, look, Russia think that's their land. Okay, we gotta do a little negotiating, and guess what? If they're right, okay, that is part of their land. Go and give it to them. But at the same time, you better not try to take nothing else. We're gonna let you have this little bit of peace. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of, you know, Russians that live in that particular area. Okay, we're gonna give you that. But we gotta have some guarantees that they're not going to move forward in a couple of years or 3 or 4 years from now. You know, we got to make sure that that's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So you got America's back up. You got the EU, which is a powerful region in the world. Yes, the EU, European Union, is very, very powerful. It's a whole lot of countries combined, and it's made the EU. And they're very, very powerful, guys. They're very, very powerful. And guess what? They are in partnership with America. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's going on right now. I thought that it's going to be a little bit later, but it looks like they're doing it right now. But guess what? We're going to do it from right here from the walk down. Thank y'all for joining me. This is the beginning of season 3 of the walk down. This is the beginning of season 3 of the walk down. Appreciate y'all for joining me. I am your host, the one and only Stock Sniper. Yes, I put the work in. I ran my miles. Now I'm walking, doing my second workout. Appreciate y'all for joining me. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and tapping in. I hope you're having a great afternoon on this Monday. First day of the week. And guess what? Trump is already got the guy, he on the ground running. Right? He's trying to put a halt to this war so we can go back to business. Right? So we can go back to business. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no funds and no money being made when it's conflict. Right? Ain't no funds, ain't no business going on when it's conflict. So we got to see what are the conditions are going to be with this Ukraine and Russia and whatever Trump, and now he has partners, which is the EU, is also helping him. Other countries are coming together and backing up Trump to try to end this. So world business can keep going. so world business can keep pushing. Because guess what, guys? It's a lot of business. It's a lot of money to be made in 2025 and beyond. Don't have no time for pussyfoot with no drama. Like Putin, you know what I'm saying? Drama. They ain't got time for drama. We're trying to progress, right? That's what it's all about. It's all about the Benjamins. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? It's a lot going on in the world of business with the development of AI. You know what I'm saying? This stuff is expanding, guys. Artificial intelligence is expanding. Everybody got their hands in the AI technology sector. Everyone has their hands. Everyone wants a piece of what's to come with the AI. Because guess what? It is developing, and it's developing real rapidly. And the time is right now. Just like the .com, just like the development of the internet. It's happening, and it's happening again. So guess what? It's a lot of money, a lot of wealth that can be accumulated. And guess what? They don't want that wealth. They don't want war. In other words, like I say a lot on this channel, they don't want bullshit and bubblegum to come in between what's happening right now on a higher level. They don't want that. No, bro. You worrying about some land? You worrying about a piece of land? This is what they're telling Putin, in my terminology. You worrying about a piece of land instead of worrying about what's really going on the world stage? Don't you know you missing out worrying about bullshit and bubblegum? Yes, the land, you probably feel like that is yours, but guess what? It's a bigger picture, bro. It's a bigger picture, and it's called the world. It's called the world wealth. Everywhere, the whole world is doing what? Trying to get into this AI space, into the minerals space. That's what it's all about, guys. Everybody's trying to advance in 2025. Everybody is trying to go from nothing into something and avoid what, Stock Sniper? The bullshit and the bubble gum. Yes, the bullshit and the bubble gum. What's bullshit and bubble gum? What's bullshit and bubble gum, OG? It's fighting, wars, mess and gossip over crumbs. Yes, I said it. Fighting, going to war over crumbs when it's the whole world. The world is yours. Y'all seen the Scarface movie? The world is mine. All mine. That's what's going on right now. And guess what? The more world leaders can come together, the more people can come together, guess what's going to happen? It's going to be a process that can't be stopped. Welcome to the Walk Down. I am your host, the one and only Stock Sniper. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Trump and Zelensky is in a meeting right now with EU. I had to do the walk down to come out here and put my work in, right? So I'm not at the desk. I'm out here doing it, right? So the thing is this, guys. The war has to end. Putin has to quit worrying about crumbs, bro. He ain't got to look at the bigger picture. This is what they're telling him. Bro, you worrying about that little piece of land, bro? It's the whole world that we're trying to prosper. The whole world is in our hands. What we gonna do with it? You worrying about that, causing conflict. Okay, you wanna keep worrying about that? Guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna get left behind. Because bullshit and bubblegum, guess what? There's no prosperity in bullshit and bubblegum, guys. There's no prosperity in war. It's absolutely none. Especially right now in 2025. There's no room for bullshit and bubblegum. Why, Stock Sniper? Because it's too much wealth out there. It's too much wealth to be made, and it's sitting right in front of our faces. And that's what he's telling them. It's all sitting right in front of our faces. You need to get out of that war mindset. See, guys, Putin has a war mindset. Putin has a war mindset. He doesn't have a business mindset, guys. He doesn't. He's a war guy, right? But this is not the time for war. It's not. It's the time for building success. It's the time for building wealth. It's the time for investing, right? That's what it's a time for. And that's what Donald Trump was telling him. I can't see the comments right now. I apologize. The comments ain't working. It do that every now and then. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Subscribe to the channel. That's what I need you to do. And hit the notification bell. I'm going in. I'm breaking it down really, really simple. What Donald Trump and Putin talked about on Friday. And I'm telling you right now, what the EU, the European Union, and Donald Trump is talking to Zelensky about right now. That's what they're talking about right now. And guess what? Putin is waiting on the back end to see if it's a deal that's going to get struck today. And guess what? If they can get it done, guess what's going to happen? You're going to see all those guys on the stage with the deal done to end the war. But Ukraine wants security. You know what I'm saying? What is security, Stock Sniper? They don't, Zelensky, he doesn't trust Putin. I wouldn't trust him either. He doesn't trust Putin. But he knows that if he give up that little bitty piece of land, right, that I'm talking about, if he give that up, that he says that without no security, right, that Russia is going to push forward after that. Because you know that Putin is going to be the president probably about another 10 years. So he says that you can't believe what Russia say on the peace treaty because he's going to violate the treaty treaty because there's no security in place, right? In other words, there's no backup, meaning that Ukraine will be on their own. But if there is special security conditions, meaning that other world leaders are saying, bro, if you break, we got this done. If you try to, and they gave you what you wanted, if you try to move the goalposts, it's going to be problems that you ain't going to want to deal with. In other words, it's going to be a whole lot of countries, the EU, USA, et cetera, is going to come in, right, with boots on the ground and take care of everything. Because guess what, guys? Putin already has a warrant for his arrest for violating international laws. Legally, realistically, Trump could have had him arrested on Friday, guys. Y'all do realize that, right? Trump could have had him arrested when he landed on Alaskan soil, because Putin already has a warrant for breaking war laws. And guess what could have happened? Donald Trump could have had him arrested, bro, right then and there. But guess what? It doesn't make business sense to do that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna try to work with you, bro. We're gonna what you particularly want, we're gonna try to give that to you. But the thing is, if Zelensky agrees to give you that part, you cannot break the peace agreement, bro. You can't do it, because if you do, it's gonna be hell to pay. Basically, that's what's going on right now. And the EU and Donald Trump is talking to Zelensky to let him know that, guess what, bro? That part, it really is theirs, man. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot of, Russians there. You know, and way back when that was their territory, he just want what was his. You give him what's his, we got something else for you on the side, and then we also got security guarantees. Basically, that's that. We're going to protect you. If he breaks the treaty that we broke, the agreement that we put together, if he breaks it, yes, we got your back. And that means with boots on the ground. That's what that means. So we got to pay attention to what's going on. You know what I'm saying? We got to pay attention to what's really going on. Can he stop the war? Can he stop Ukraine and Russia? Can he stop Russia from basically trying to take over Ukraine? Can he stop it and get back to the money? Can he stop it and get back to the money? That's the big question. That's the big question. That's on everybody's mind right now. And it looks like the deal is getting closer. It looks like it's getting closer, guys. But we're gonna know a little bit more a little bit later. I'm on the walk down right now. I'm trying to end this. You know, in this walk down, I still got another 15 minutes. Probably not. This is not gonna be a long walk down, guys. It's not. Because I got to get back to the desk so we can figure out what's really going on. So we can really see what's happening in real time. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going by my opinion on what I've seen so far and how I'm trying to break it down where anybody can understand it. And that's what's happening. And this happening is happening right now. So I appreciate y'all for joining me. Appreciate y'all for tapping in with your boy. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and put the notification, hit that notification bell so you'll know every time I go live. So you'll know. I'm out here just exercising right now. I just got through running. Now I'm doing the second part of the exercise, which is walking, right? I'm not going to walk a whole hour today. I'm going to walk maybe about 20 minutes. By the time I get around this corner, then I'm going to be done with the walk down. This is season 3. The season 3 of the walk down. Episode 1 of season 3. But overall, it's 101. This is 101 episodes of the walk down. And I appreciate everybody that has been participating in this walk down. I appreciate everybody that's been rocking with me while I continue to put this work in. I appreciate y'all. I really, really do. It is 105 degrees out here where I'm at right now. And I'm still putting the work in. And I'm ready to rock and roll. No, I did not go back up to 8 miles. I ain't gonna do that. I'm sticking around with the 4, right? I got a ways to go before we get to January, which is the Chevron Marathon. I got a ways to go. So I'm gonna hover around 3 or 4 miles within the next couple of months. That's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to hover around 3 to 4 miles from now, which is August, all the way to around November. Once November hits, I'm going to pump it right back up. That's what I'm going to do. Because right now I'm in cruise control, guys. I'm already in tip-top shape. There's no reason for me to keep running 8 miles every single day like this, knowing I have a marathon in January. So I'm just going to break it back down, put it in cruise control all the way to around November. Yes, till November, to around November 15th. And then I'm going to gradually get back up so I'll be ready to rock and roll in January for the Chevron Marathon. So I'll be ready to rock and roll for the Chevron Marathon as we get around this corner. And I'm also keep the walk downs a little bit shorter as well. No more ranting for 2 hours. No more ranting for an hour and a half. I'm not going to do that, guys. Maybe I'll do that when I get about 30 days out or 45 days out before the actual marathon. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna slow roll it to November. And then the last 3 months, I'm going to rock it out. And then the last 30 days, that's when I'm going to start ranting on the walk down like I usually do, an hour and a half, 2 hours. You know, I'm going to do it like that so I won't burn myself out because I am an older guy. You know, I got to keep my joints and all that stuff in tip-top shape. That's why I went on and came back down, because that 8 miles a day that I did, not last week, but the week before, that actually broke me down, guys. Last week, I made it through doing 4 miles a day, but I'm still feeling the effects of killing myself on them 8 miles I ran, 8 miles a day that I ran that whole week. I killed myself, right? And I felt the effects of it in my body. So now I got to stick to where I'm at right now. So this is going to be like another, just cruising to November 16th. and then I'm gonna crank it back up, and we're gonna rock and roll with it like that. That's how we're gonna do it, guys. So yeah, man, that's what's going on right now at this second. If you're just not joining me, right now, the EU, Trump and Zelensky conference is going on, meeting is going on, discussion right now on the details on how what Zelensky gonna have to give up to end this war, and what Putin was wanting to give up, and how can Ukraine can get security, in place. In other words, back up by the big bro. Because don't get it twisted. America is Ukraine's big bro. So security conditions, that's what basically Zelensky really, really wants. He wants security conditions, meaning he wants big bro to come to the rescue if Putin does, like he said Putin would normally do, is break the agreement and try to start a war all over again in a couple of more years from now. That's what Zelensky said, guys. Zelensky said that Putin, when you make a peace agreement, he violates the agreement. He'll stick to it for a couple of years, 2 or 3 years, and then he'll crank it right back up. And that's what he want to avoid. If I do this, I need security conditions. That way I got backup if things go back left. And he has to know that if you break this agreement, bro, then we're going to put the hammer down on you. Nobody wants a piece of America. I said it. Nobody wants a piece of we the people, the Americans. Nobody wants to people. Nobody, especially with all this money and wealth. Look, if you ain't down with the program, we ain't worried about the war. If you ain't down with the program, we're going to starve you out, bro. Yes, we're going to starve you out, meaning you're not going to be able to get a piece of this money that's finna get generated from 2025 and beyond. You're not going to get a piece of the wealth. It's more about it's more about that than actual a war, right? Because the quickest way to kill a country is hit their pockets. Don't give them the ability to be successful in business, investments, or nothing. So that's the deal. Man, look, we're gonna make it a sweet deal. If you ain't down with the sweet deal, guess what's gonna happen? You ain't gonna be able to sit at the table with us, bro, when we get ready to break all this bread from 2025 and beyond. That's what's going on. That's exactly what's going on. So I'm through with my walk down right now, guys. I'm finna get back to the house. Hopefully, I can get right back to the computer and we can discuss this, because I can't see no comments. I can't see no comments, so I don't know what's going on. But I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. I shall return. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell on so you'll know when I go back live again, once I get back in front of the desk. I love and I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of your day. With that being said, I love and I appreciate y'all. To the next one, I'm out.